Bring your lunch pails, fellas. I need to see that workman attitude today. We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to get better?
Come on, set! 91. Down! 6 yards! Hard! Set! 60, ready, ready! Here we go! Here we go! Ready! Let's go now! Hey, go! Here we go! Hut, hut! Ready up! Hut! Set, hut! Hut, go! Let's go! And say go! Okay, ready, set, hut! Ready, ready! Return!
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You taking the first steps towards success.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll have Matt Ryan calling the shots, the former MVP and third overall pick.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. They didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Ryan. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. And his pass incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Johnson. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Right there. 54, right there.
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. And Kyler Murray cannot get away. They drag him down to the end zone for 2 points. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
After the sack on first down, Murray fighting, lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. On 2nd down, here's Murray. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Too deep zone cover two. You're asking your safeties to be back there off of the hashes, and you want to be able to keep up with receivers. In this case, the guy's playing a strong safety position. That's not his forte, yet he made a nice play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and it's knocked away and incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Taken at about the 16. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. To throw is Ryan. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Ryan. That's complete to Jake Butt. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. Devontae Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Throwing now is Murray. Able to find Kirk complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, Murray. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Freeman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now it's Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Freeman. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Ryan now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan, he's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. On 3rd down, Ryan. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right. away, we knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Ryan, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And his kick here is good. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back. Moving forward.
They begin the drive with Johnson. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Throw left side completes to Isabella. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running from the gun, Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Tackle made by Deidre Sinnott.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Coming to you, coming to you.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Inside give to Arma, the fullback. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Williams to return. Sheds off the tackle. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
On 2nd and a couple. Murray into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Andy Isabella was the intended target. After the interception, here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over. The
Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 45. Murray now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray, and he's going to go down again. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's Murray. And that will be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. Throw left side to Reynolds. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. Williams loses the football, and the Falcons grab it. They find some open field here, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Shakes off the sit, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And his kick is indeed good, and the lead extends. It's 15-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
All day, every day, any day. Come on. 45.
Now on 2nd and 13, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. David Johnson here on the catch. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. Now it's Ryan. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. That one a first down pickup of 8. Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt. And
intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the linebacker, Jim Hicks, and this one will be brought back to the 22. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked down, and the Falcons grab it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. A pass there over the middle to start things out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they saw the contact. Before the ball arrives, penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side, knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deidre Sanat with a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw again on 2nd down, Ryan. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And the pressure gets to him again. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 15. A minute 56 to go. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And an alley to run. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run. It's Johnson. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. 1st down, Murray. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Check, 154.
First down at the 43-yard line.
Mike 5-4.
Murray now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for Atlanta, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week.